Hi, this is Pat Ray. This is anger management. I need you to grab a piece of paper and put your first and last name on it. Today's date, type of group is anger management, and the topic is how to know if you're angry or if you're feeling hurt. So, as we know, anger is a secondary emotion depending on what research you read. An underlying emotion can be something like fear, disrespect, whatever, and that springs into or becomes anger. Okay, so one of the things is that the more we know about ourselves, and we've said this before, self-awareness is one of the keys to success. In other words, knowing ourselves, knowing our emotions, knowing where they come from. Uh, when we begin that process, we begin to have more choices, more control over ourselves and our behavior. Okay, so one of the first things I want to talk about is oftentimes we feel something and we lash out at others. So, for many people, including myself, anger sometimes stems from hurt feelings, and that hurt usually comes from not, we feel like we haven't been understood, we feel like we're not appreciated, we feel like we're being disrespected in some kind of way. So we know emotions are pretty complicated, especially in dealing with love and rejection, acceptance, validation from those who are closest to us, those who we love and those who love us. So the sting of rejection can really hurt. And what happens? Our emotions and feelings of self-worth are invested sometimes in others. And then we see ourselves through their eyes, or we think we do. We think we do. We then may feel hurt. We may then start a dialogue in our head that leads to resentment and anger. It's kind of like a knee-jerk reaction. They say something, it hurts, we get mad. All right. So it's a common problem with folks. It was brought out in the literature I was reading that it sometimes happens between men and women. And men and women, guess what, are a little bit different and react to things sometimes a little differently. So knowing some of the differences, is there a different way that women think from men? Are there different ways that women approach things than men? One of the scariest sentences or statements that some folks, some gentlemen tell me is when their partner says, we need to talk about our relationship. Sometimes some people are more practical and they say, okay, here's the problem. Just let me fix it and we'll move on. Whereas sometimes some of us are more likely to want to talk about the problem. And that's what we do. We talk about it, and then we move to solve it. So if I want to talk about something and the other person just wants to fix it and doesn't want to talk about it, my feelings can get hurt. And then I get mad. So that's just one example. So, number one, am I feeling hurt? Where did that hurt come from? What are the beliefs that back that up? What are my beliefs? Are my beliefs that I should be appreciated, that I should be understood, that people are supposed to love me, respect me, care about me, and understand where I'm coming from? I'm not saying that those are bad things. I'm saying that if I have a belief that that's the way things are should be, and then I do not perceive that that's what's happening, I may feel hurt and I may get angry. And I say perceive because is what I am thinking the real thing? Is it a fact? Is it an opinion? Is it a thought or feeling? What is it? And not all thoughts are facts. They are not facts, and not all thoughts are true. My reality, my perspective, it may be different from the other person. The other person may not be, their perception is that they are not hurting, that they are not meaning to hurt or disrespect or devalue the other person. They are merely stating their opinion of the situation. Okay. So it gets a little complicated. So how do we know what is real? Do I have all the facts? That's the next question. Somebody says something, I feel hurt and I automatically want to lash out in anger. I may not even realize I'm feeling hurt. I want to lash out in anger. I ask myself, what proof do I have that that is this person's intention? What proof do I have that they are trying to hurt me, disrespect me, whatever? Where is the proof? What are the facts? Facts of a situation are what we can see and touch. You know, the fact is that this is a Saturday for us in the United States right now. This is a Saturday. That's a fact. It's not an opinion. It's not a thought. That's a fact. My perception of this Saturday is my own. It's a good day. It's a happy day. It's a relaxed day. It's a sad day. It's a frustrating day. It's a terrible day. It's an awful day. Perception. Okay. So, what proof do I have that this thing is true? When a person gets hurt many times, instead of the real hurt feeling being said, a person says something defensively, or they shut down and they don't express their feelings. And that's where the problem comes in. So instead of discussing it, what are the true feelings? There's a thing that's called feedback loop. And that means when somebody says something to me, rather than jumping to the conclusion or assuming, I ask questions. The person says something and I say, could you tell me more about that? I have a question about that. What is your motivation and your point in that? So I'm asking for more information rather than jumping to defend myself. This is a habit that was developed in me from years of criticism as a kid, okay? So I don't take criticism very well. So when somebody points something out that might be a different way, I get mad immediately. I get mad. Why? I don't take criticism. I get angry because my feelings are hurt. And my perception is they are trying to hurt me, put me down, do something bad to me. Therefore, I have to ask myself, what proof do I have of that? What concrete proof? Where's the facts that they are trying to deliberately hurt me, put me down? They are trying to say I'm stupid. Where's the proof of that? Once I'm able to identify that, I ask, okay, could you tell me more about that? You say, this isn't working out. Give me some more information. What would you suggest? What might be a good thing? And then I open my ears and really take in what they're saying rather than automatically shutting them down, trying to protect myself, saying, oh my God, he thinks I'm stupid. He's trying to hurt me. I open up. Okay. So the point here is that After so many years of thinking the other way, it becomes a habit. It's an automatic response. So now I have to change it. We change it sometimes by doing the opposite of what we normally do. So if what I normally do is jump at the other person, lash out, defend myself, say why, whatever, instead of doing that, I say to myself, I pay attention to myself, I should say. How am I feeling? How's my body feeling? That's an early warning sign, how my body's feeling. Thinking, what am I thinking? He's trying to put me down. He's trying to hurt me. He doesn't appreciate me. That's another red flag. So feelings, thoughts, body sensations, thoughts, early warning signs that tell me I need to stop right there and think ahead to the consequence of opening up my mouth and saying something mean. How do I do it? 1, shut my mouth. 2, I get away until I can rethink the situation. 3, I calm down. We call that stop and think. Number 1, be quiet. Number 2, get space. Number 3, calm down. Then, while after I've calmed myself down, I think, okay, during this whole process, what proof do I have? I have no proof. There are no facts. Let me ask some questions. So that conversation can be re-engaged when I've calmed down and I've thought it through and I stop taking everything personally. Because I take it personally, I take it as a personal attack, when in fact, many times it has nothing to do with personal or me. It just is something that the other person wants to discuss their opinion about, give information to me, or help me do something different. And see, I don't like change either. That's the other part of it. Don't ask me to change. If you ask me to change, I must be wrong. I cannot be wrong. To be wrong is to be bad, is to be stupid. See, that's all that belief stuff. So we check our beliefs. What do we believe? What do I think about me, the other people, and the world that we live in? What do I believe? How does that cause me to think? How does that cause me to feel? How does that cause me to behave? Because they're all linked. Okay? All right. Okay, so the bottom line then is what I think is not always true, so I need to check that out. Before I lash out at others, I need to research myself. Where do my emotions come from? And when I find out where they are coming from, it gives me different choices. Instead of having tunnel vision where I only see one option, I explore all the options. Okay, I explore all the options. I give myself a chance to think ahead. I do that when I can calm down because emotions flood the brain and override the thinking or the intellectual part of the brain. So I've got the thinking, problem-solving brain, I've got the emotional brain. If I allow emotions to rule, I make bad choices and decisions because my thinking brain is shut down. So I'm looking for stabilizing of emotion so I can allow my thinking brain to help me to problem solve. Okay. Stop and think, be quiet, get space, calm down. Do something different than you've normally done. You feel it coming? Do something different. Have a good day. Thank you.